and time. Over the last few months, I've been fascinated by the process of flavor creation, from the intentional actions at the origin to the profound connections we experience in the cup. This started when I found the coffee with the most intriguing flavor expressions, a result of its exceptional growing conditions and variety, where qualities were further enhanced through meticulous processing, elevating it to new heights. So today, I'll be sharing this experience through one coffee, showcasing the process of flavor creation and its evolution through intentional actions. Are you ready? Thank you. The coffee I brought with me for you today is produced by my friend Luis from Aroma Nativo, located in the Gila region of Colombia. It is a pink bourbon variety, grown at 1,600 meters under the protective canopy of shade trees, creating a unique microclimate. In this environment, coffee cherries undergoes a slower maturation process, creating higher concentration of natural sugars and promoting sweetness in the cup. But what's special here is that these shade trees not only provide shade, but also supply nitrogen to the coffee tree roots, boosting the nutrient absorption and lays a strong foundation for flavor creation. This pink bourbon variety has high flavor qualities of citrus fruits. But the reason why I choose it is because how Luis managed to develop those flavors through his intentional actions. To emphasize the interplay between variety, terroir, and fermentation, Luis extracted cultures from the farm as native bacteria and cultivated them in the lab. This allowed him to capture the essence of terroir and utilize it in the fermentation process as an ingredient. In this process, coffee cherries are first depulped and then inoculated with extracted native bacteria, undergoing a 48-hour fermentation in an oxygen-controlled environment, creating new organic volatile compounds, highlighting tropical fruit qualities like passion fruit. But how exactly can we create flavors by just adding native bacteria? Well, that's a very good question, right? So let's explore together. As you can see in front of you, you'll find 2 samples provided, which are only for a demonstration, not for scoring. I'd like you to please pick up sample number 1 that I just opened and give it a taste. Go ahead. Sample number 1, yeah, thank you so much. Give it a taste. It's apple juice. It's sweet and it's juicy, but only one-dimensional in flavors. Sample number 2 is what I called fermented apple juice. I took the same apple juice you just experienced and I added the same native bacteria from Luis, and I fermented it for 48 hours, same like my coffee. What is happening here is that the native bacteria breaks down sugars and creates new flavor compounds. And that's exactly what happened to my coffee. I'd like you to please pick up sample number 2, give it a taste, and notice how flavors has evolved. The fermentation process created notes that weren't there before, and that's exactly what fascinates me. Now, when you're ready, please have a sip of water to fully cleanse your palate, and please prepare for the espresso course. So the fermentation process created notes that weren't there before, but also had the effect of creating a softer green bean, which required a special roasting approach. Utilizing halogen capabilities from Stronghold 20 days ago, we fully developed that coffee beans from inside out, with higher energy at the beginning, unlocking higher flavor complexities for you today. Now, this roasting approach led to a more soluble coffee, which requires kind of a special brewing approach. That's why I'm dosing 20 grams in, 40 grams out at 93 degrees. This will give you a medium body for weight. And as you can see, I'm distributing the coffee evenly with needles combing the coffee, promoting uniform extraction. And to enhance this, I'm utilizing rapid chilling technique, extracting over these frozen spheres, preserving all those beautiful aromatic volatile compounds Luis worked so hard for. Through this technique, you're able to clearly taste that passion fruit note, and additionally, it creates a memorable tactile experience with a silky mouthfeel. And if you're ready, I'll give you some flavor notes. You will find passion fruit, pineapple, and hints of lemongrass and lime, with an aftertaste of grapefruit. You will find medium sweetness medium to high citric acidity, a medium to low grapefruit bitterness, and a medium body with a silky mouthfeel. Now, as soon as I will serve you the espresso, I kindly ask you to evaluate that crema and then stir 4 times and enjoy this beautiful espresso that Luis worked so hard for, enabling us to savor this moment together. And I will be right back with the milk course. Please enjoy. Now, when you're ready, let's explore the process of flavor creation in the milk course. Thank you. Something my milk and coffee has in common is that both have undergone a transformation in flavors when an ingredient was added. I'm using a commercial lactose-free milk today. And in this process, an enzyme called lactase is added to break down lactose into glucose and galactose, and are much more sweeter and smoother comparing to regular milk. However, to fully complement my pink bourbon quality, I took a step further and added 5% of coconut milk that really elevates that sweetness and mouthfeel. I'm brewing 20 grams in, 35 grams out, serving a 1:4 ratio espresso to milk, creating a rich and harmonious tasting experience. And if you're ready, I'll give you some flavor notes to note. You will find baked pineapple, butterscotch, and hints of coconut. And you will find those flavors as well in the aftertaste. Now, after fermentation, Luis carefully dried the coffee in a humidity-controlled room to stabilize moisture and water activity, preserving all those beautiful flavors he developed through his intentional actions, and that pairs beautifully with my milk blend today, delivering a sweet, dessert-like milk course. And I can't wait for you to try it. And first out. Please enjoy. So my milk blend is freeze distilled to 70%, intensifying flavors, sugars, and fats. Your milk beverage is almost ready. Please enjoy. So, I'm steaming the milk to 60 degrees today to break down all those simple sugars, elevating sweetness, and at the same time that I found out that this temperature provided the best taste experience. Please enjoy. Last, but obviously not least, Alexander. So the process of flavor creation in the milk course required the right balance of ingredients. And the result today is the tastiest milk beverage I ever made. So as soon as I will serve you, please enjoy. And I will be right back with the signature course. Here you are. Enjoy. As we enter the signature course, let's go back to some of the key elements we have explored today. The process of flavor creation and the intentional actions that shape those intricate flavor compounds. But the thing is, flavor compounds alone cannot create a complete flavor experience. To achieve true flavor experiences, we need to balance acidity, sweetness, and mouthfeel. And that's exactly our intentional action in this signature course. Starting with my 2 double shots of espresso that I prepared in the beginning of my presentation, with 20 grams in, 35 grams out, and let them to cool down in this hyperchiller to open up flavors. Now let's complement these espressos now with my first ingredient. Remember that demonstration, that fermented apple juice. Well, this will be our first ingredient today. What I did, I took 1 liter of apple juice and I added 0.5 grams of the same native bacteria from Luis. And I fermented it for 48 hours at low temperature in an oxygen-controlled environment. As you remember, the fermentation process created notes that weren't there before and complements beautifully with my espresso. As I'm adding 35 grams of this, it will create new notes of peach and mango. Okay, are you ready for the next one? My milk, the same milk blend you experienced in the milk course. The glucose and galactose, along with a subtle touch of coconut milk, will act as a flavor carrier. When I'm adding 10 grams, it will contribute to sweetness and mouthfeel. And on top of that, I will add 1 ice cube to bring down that temperature and creating a lingering aftertaste. And then I will blend everything together. So allow me to make a little bit of noise with this blender. Sorry for the noise, but the signature course is ready to be served, and I can't wait for you to try it. So please prepare and get ready to note down some flavor notes. Right, you will find flavors of passion fruit, pineapple, and peach, with an aftertaste of mango and coconut. You will find a creamy texture. And as you can see, I'm pouring over these frozen squares, similar to what I did with espresso, but in this case, to serve you in a temperature of 10 degrees for best taste experience. And as I will be serving you, please wait to taste until I give you further instructions. Everything starts at the origin, where producers like Luis push the boundaries of flavors and inspires roasters and baristas like myself to honor their hard work and carefully shaping flavors and introduce them to the world. That's what specialty coffee represents to me, and what it deserves to be celebrated for many years to come. It's the celebration about the passion and collaboration that makes each cup a masterpiece. So, please, I kindly ask you to swirl between each sip. Promise me to have fun with the glass and celebrate this specialty coffee experience. It was my absolute pleasure being here. Thank you for your time. Enjoy. And this will be my time to shine.
All right! Give it up for the